What's going on, guys? Mr. Young here. Today we're going to be talking about creating a maintenance plan. Now, creating a maintenance plan is kind of a tedious job. When you get a new piece of equipment, or if you have something wrong with the maintenance plan on a piece of existing equipment, this is how you're going to create that maintenance plan and create it properly. I've seen a lot of them that are incorrectly populated. They don't have the criteria that they're supposed to have, whether it be the days and miles / hours, or the right maintenance plans altogether. Some of them aren't looking in the book to make sure that they have the right maintenance plans created. So let's jump on the computer. All right, so the first thing we want to do is jump in here and get into our equipment situation report. And this is so that we can actually get the piece of equipment's equipment number. So we're going to choose the one we want. This right here is the piece of equipment. Just click on it. And then we want to copy that equipment number. The T code that we're going to be using to create this is IP43, India Papa 43. I'm just going to go there, and it gives you 3 options to choose from. Now, the only one we're really worried about is this middle one, and it just defines what type of notification you're going to get. In our case, we're going to put a PM inspection notification. If you got some that are kind of like predetermined, you can click on these and put in some predetermined maintenance plans, but I find it just easier to start from scratch. So the first thing you're going to do is come to this window here, and then you're just going to put a title to what you're doing. It's just a maintenance plan. I'm going to put the equipment number in right here, and we're going to come down here to the notification type. So in this case, it's going to be a preventative maintenance due. Click on that and then just hit enter. Once it comes up, it's going to give you the work center it's going to be assigned to. Now you can assign this to another one. In our case, this is not a unit that has internal maintenance. So it has to go somewhere else, so you can actually put this as a notification to another maintenance. This is a semi-annual because this is a Humvee, so it has a semi-annual and biannual services. So we want to make sure that we're creating it properly. This down here, so these 2 sections right here, this one and this one, are what determine the type of notification that you're going to get. So that is important to remember. All right, so now we're getting to the meat and potatoes. In this area right here, maintenance plan cycle, you're going to create a 1 and a 1. Because this is a Humvee, it has mileage plus time. So we're doing 183 days, 3,000 miles. And unit, we're going to put day, and then MI for mile, 183 days, 3,000 miles, and then just click enter. Now at this point, you've created your first one. So I've already assigned, the key here is to make sure that these 2 are 1s, and you come down here to cycle set sequence as 1. Now once you've created this one right here, you're going to click on the little piece of paper here that says create more items. All right, you see it empties out my information here again. So we're going to highlight. This one's going to be annual. Now, where this is important, like I said, because of the way that G-Army tracks it, it's 183 days or 3,000 miles in between each of the services that this piece of equipment gets. So it's not 183s and 3,000 miles, and then you put in 365 and 6,000 miles to do an annual. You do it this way that your intervals are correct, because whenever G-Army creates a notification for your semi-annual, the annual is going to be based off the mileage and time at the end of that previous semi-annual. So that's why it's important to make sure that you know which one you're working with. What determines the cycle is this. So whenever we get done, it's going to be 4 items right here. Those are the cycle sets. That's what determines how the maintenance plan is executed. And last but not least, we're going to create our biannual. Again, we want to come down here and change this to a supporting unit, not a supported unit. Make sure that all these are correct. All right, the next step is to go over to maintenance plan scheduling parameters. Okay, if you look through this right here, these all stay the same. So your tolerance is 10%, 10%, and then lead float dates. Okay, so when you go into G-Army and use the EUM, just backtracking a little bit here, it's going to teach you to create 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. And the intervals are going to be the same, but they're going to be associated with each one of these. It's not necessary. You create one because the same schedule is out. So if you put 183 days, 3,000 miles, and then 365 days and 6,000 miles, your next annual service is not going to populate until it hits 365 days or 6,000 miles from the date this service was complete. So make sure you understand that. When you get over here, even though this piece of equipment has a 10% variance, the lead float dates determines when that notification is created. So when it populates, it's going to be 30 days out. That's 15 days before and 15 days after the planned service date. That's not 30 days before or 30 days after. So you need to make sure that you're giving yourself plenty of a window right here. Now, since we're doing mileage and time, you need to make sure that you have it here, or, and then it links to mileage or time. Your start date is determined by the last time that it was serviced. The start time, you just choose whatever. And then here, since this is a biannual, it goes up to biannual. You're going to do it at 730 days, schedule period, completion requirement. And then we're going to go back and check these one more time to make sure all of them are correct. All right, so now at this point, you have completed the maintenance plan creation. So we're going to save it, and then it's going to back us out. So from this point, because this down here is your maintenance plan, to make sure that you keep up with it, you need to go over here and then put in /OIP10. So that's / Oscar India Papa 10. And hit enter. Now this is the window in which you're going to start the cycle for. So as you can see, it already populates the maintenance plan number. We're going to hit enter, and then here is our maintenance plan for that piece of equipment. So you can go up here and hit start in cycle or hit start. So we're just going to hit start. This is the date we want it to start. Click yes. Counter reading for counter. It gives you all the information of when it's going to start. Click yes. And at this point, it's creating them all. All we're going to do is save. Close it out. I'm going back out. And then we'll go down to our piece of equipment and verify that it was created. Now this is going to be trial and error. Sometimes you're going to make a mistake. You're going to miss something. It's too easy to go back and fix it, or just delete it and start all over. And as you can see, we have created our maintenance plan. So we started on 14th of March, and it's going out until September 13th, which is when the plan date is. And you can see here the early date and late date are 15 days prior, 15 days afterwards. And we have our service intervals. And as you can see, they're all working there along the line. All right, guys, that is how you do it. All right, as you can see, it's a really simple process, nothing hard about it. It does take a little bit of time. You do need to do a little bit of planning ahead of time. One, you need to be able to have completed your highest level of maintenance, whatever that is. Make sure that you're looking in your manuals to capture the correct maintenance program for it, whether it be quarterlies, semi-annuals, annuals, biannuals, whatever it is. Every piece of equipment has a different maintenance plan, so make sure that you're getting the right ones. Hope that this helps you out. Hope that this gives you what you need. If you have more questions, make sure you go down to the comments and ask those questions. Give me a thumbs up. Go over to the channel, check it out. There's more videos where this one came from, and I'll see you in the next one.